So hi, I'm Figs. I'm the founder of Empathy, and I have with me today Ramona. And Ramona, pronounce your last name. I'm so bad.
It's Ramona Mukerji.
Mukerji. Thank you. I know. I'm so used to people mispronouncing my first name, so hopefully you'll forgive me.
I will not.
Mukerji. I just get really scared I'll say it wrong.
You just said it right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Great, thank you. So Ramona is one of the amazingly brilliant therapists and coaches we have here on staff at Empathy, and you've been brave enough to take on this kind of project of trying to see and explain, trying to see what it's like to go through the empathy assessment and discovery process as someone that's currently single. Right. Yeah. Yes. So it's very brave of you, right, to do it. And so we want to see what your experience is, but then also give really easy, clear instructions about how to actually go through the empathy process. Because as you probably see when you go through empathy.com and you go through the quiz and assessment, a lot of it is about what you're like when you're in relationship. But I think it can be an incredibly rich experience and really valuable to go through the process when you're actually not currently in a relationship. So that's what this video is about. We're going to explain how to do it, and then we're going to have a follow-up from you, or maybe this video will be part of the same article, where you'll get to share your experience. Cool. Anything you want to share right now, just with the?
No, just that every period of being single is also being in between relationships. So there's a really rich time to grow because there's probably another one coming, and so it's really nice to do this kind of work and talk about it and be a little vulnerable and try to sort it out, because it's just in service of whatever comes next. So
great.
Yeah.
I love that. And again, I really do mean it. I think you're brave to do it, right? Just because anytime we're willing to ask ourselves questions about ourselves and what happens to us in relationship to another, we might come across some information that isn't the most comfortable thing to discover about ourselves, or we may be reminded of painful feelings or experiences we had. Yeah. So, fist bump. Good job.
Thanks.
Okay, so here's let's start. So here's so if you are currently single, the best way. So there's actually two ways you can do the empathy assessment and discovery process. One is we have a chatbot version, a Facebook Messenger version. But it's a little bit harder to go through the process as a single person on the Messenger bot version, because you have to create two different Facebook Messenger accounts. A little bit complicated. But so the easiest way would be to go through empathy.com. And obviously we'll have all the links, right? But if you go to empathy.com and you see the main quiz item in the top line menu, you just hit quiz. You take the quiz as yourself. And then when you answer all those questions as yourself, pretty early in the process, you'll see a place where you are asked, what is your partner's name, right? Actually, the first question you're going to be asked, is your relationship important to you? And so, look, if you're just assume, right, we want you to take this from the perspective that you are currently in a relationship with either your ex, if there's one particular ex, or you in your mind have created almost like an avatar of your partner. And not like your ideal partner, the reality and the truth of who your partner has been in your life, right? And so when you get to that first question where you're asked, is your relationship important to you? And you could say, I'm not even in a relationship. Just answer yes, right? Because of course, if you answer no, you can't even go further in the process, right? It actually says maybe you should answer that question again, right? So just answer yes. And then when you're asked for your partner's name, again, you can put in your ex, right? And I was gonna say,
well, if you're angry, you could say Dick.
Exactly, right. That's fine. You could that might make it a little easier, right? Sure. Exactly. So whether it's your ex's specific name or Dick, or which could be their
It could be.
specific name,
I mean, it's a
right?
legitimate name.
Exactly. Or we could just say, oh, sweet ex-partner of mine, right?
Yes.
You know, you could call them that, right?
But don't say, I don't have a partner, because then you'll have to go through the whole thing with you and I don't have a partner.
Exactly.
And that's just kind
of
of
it doesn't read well.
Yeah.
When you get your reports, it's confusing.
It's confusing.
Yeah, when you and I don't have a partner, you know, it won't work that well. So fill in, you know, so your relationship is important to you, and then write in your ex's name or some avatar of your partners to date. And then you're going to answer the questions as if you are in relationship currently with that person. So you're going to you're almost doing some time traveling where you go back that this is what it was actually like for me in relationship to this person, and answer the questions from that place. Then you are going to invite this ex or this avatar to take the quiz. But when it comes to entering their email address, and we'll give you clear instructions again in the article that accompanies this video, you're going to write in your email address with a plus at the end. So, you know, Ramona plus at empathi.com. And that basically you'll get the invitation to that partner to take the quiz, and you'll get to take the quiz again. And this is the key part. This is where we're going to do some crazy, awesome method acting. When you get that second email, and it's going to be addressed to, hey, Dick, Ramona just invited you. Ramona just invited you to take this quiz. And will you take the quiz? And you're literally going to open that email as if you are this ex. And then when you ex, or you know, Dick. I can't believe that's the word now. You have me saying, oh, we never.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, it's great. So when then this ex-partner, right, or this avatar takes the quiz, and it's going to be you're going to embody them, and now you're going to take the quiz as Dick in relationship with Ramona. So you could dress up as them. That would be really like Daniel Day-Lewis commitment, right? You could embody them all day, and then take the quiz, and then so it's a great opportunity to see. So look, I know all my judgments about them, right? But maybe I don't really fully understand their painful, vulnerable feelings and where their reactivity is coming from. So you get to answer the quiz as them and see their judgments and assessments of you as you would imagine it, and then after that, you will then, you know, Dick will get sent his self-discovery report, and then you'll get to read through his self-discovery report about this is what it's like to be me, Dick, in relationship with Ramona, right? And of course, you would have gotten that for yourself earlier too when you first taken the quiz. But then most importantly, then you will also be sent, once both of you have taken the quiz, you as yourself, and then you embodying your ex-partner, you'll be sent the Ramona and Dick relationship system report. And then you can actually read about what is it that we co-created together. And then hopefully, because you did embody your ex or this avatar of your exes, that you will have a new, broader, more helpful perspective to understand things not only from your own subjective experience, but also from their experience, and then also from the systemic experience, again, like of what you created together. Now, why would you do that, right? You would do that so that you can be better prepared for when you are in a relationship again, that you understand your own reactivity, the vulnerability that really stems from, the potential vulnerability your future partner will feel and where their reactivity would come from, and then what is the infinity loop, the pattern that you will inevitably create together. And so hopefully in the future then, instead of that negative pattern resulting in the end of your relationship, it's actually a beginning point and an opportunity for you to get even closer to each other and make love work. Yeah. So I know there's a lot of me talking. What's that like to hear and imagine going through this process?
Yeah. Well, I imagine it being challenging. I mean, it is a call to being very honest about, honest, because it's very easy for me to say what I felt.
Right.
So sitting in the position of my ex or exes, because I think there's definitely a theme on the cycles that I have found myself in that have ultimately obliterated the relationships, or I decided, or he decided, or whatever.
Right.
It wasn't going to work.
Yeah.
There's definitely a theme, you know,
Right.
to what was going on.
Yeah.
And even though it was a different person, and you know, the temptation in my mind is to say, oh, it's just this kind of character type. I'm always attracted to this kind of guy that is just like the wrong kind of guy, the bad boy, or whatever types we like to create.
Yeah.
And so I'm really curious, because what this brings up is like, it's not so, you know, categorized as just this type that's the wrong type, and I just have to change what I'm attracted to.
Right.
It's like there's something that goes on.
Exactly. That's
that can
great.
be revealed.
I love that, right? So you have a narrative that is inside you already, that maybe it's the type of person I'm picking is the problem.
Sure, yeah.
And look, who knows, maybe, right? But there's this other possibility that maybe the type isn't wrong, right? The type isn't wrong, is that we just don't, I've never, and with this type of person, had the tools and the perspective to be able to make love work once we get stuck.
Right.
And, you know, obviously I believe this is the way to do it. Like, cause you know, you like who you like, you know, but maybe this is the way and a process, if both people are willing to work on it together, that you could actually make love work even when things start to get tough. So again, I want to really thank you. I really cannot emphasize enough just how much I admire you and appreciate you for being willing to go through the process and share with other people, right? Because I really, again, I think what I really love empathy, and this process that I poured my heart and soul into building. And I don't want it to only be available for those people that are coupled up. The other really quick thing I want to say, we've also built empathy so it works perfectly for same-sex relationships. And then also, if you don't, you don't identify as a man or a woman, we have a gender-neutral option. When I say, we use ze, zer, and zers. For technical reasons, it was too hard to use they, them, and their. But so whatever type of relationship we're in, assuming it's just a relationship with one primary other, empathy can work for you. So I cannot.
And so and so because you said one primary other, so even because I know there are so many different types of relationships. So there's the polyamory is a thing we see.
Right.
So can you just?
Well, yeah, so the way it's built is, look, you're being asked for one primary partner. We only can map out and help what happens inside you and inside the other person when you see each other as your primary partner, right? Yeah. And yes, there are polyamorous relationships where the person still has a primary partner, and so it can still work.
Right.
But it'll be about just the two of you in relationship to each other.
Right.
It wouldn't be, we can't do it like, well, there's Joe and there's Dick and Ben, and then map out the map between all of you, right? Like one day. Right. But for now, it's about you and your relationship with your primary other or your previous primary other, your significant other, loved one, spouse, whatever you call a partner. So that's it. And again, thank you.
Yeah. My pleasure. I'm curious.
Okay.
I will let you know how it goes.
Okay, brilliant.